And so, yes, indeed, what going on? We are the dreamers. We dream very big. We think a lot about. At the end of the day, sometimes some of our dreams, the kind of a dream we have. Sometimes the dream don't really come to reality because why? I don't know. But exactly, sometimes we put politics. So, folks, indeed, today is Thursday, having to be the 4th of July. And for a matter of fact, this day is a wonderful day. So, we are all celebrating.
You can hear me?
Sure
You can hear me?
yes, let me see how best to get my team. Well, something is going on. And let me see. Well, Steve, if you're getting me, I don't know whether you're getting me. Yeah. But how be it, indeed, we are
Nobody can hear me?
here, and this is the radio service of the
Nobody
Ministries Communication Corporator, Truth FM
can hear me?
96.1. Hi, and today Thursday, and welcome to the show, the SK TV show. We're going to be with you up to 8 o'clock on tonight. But at 7, we're going to go for news break. That is news bulletin, and that will run up to 7:15. And at 7:15, we continue with our broadcast up to 8 o'clock on tonight. So again, let me see how best to link up with my team. Mind you, for those of you who just joining us, I want to say a pleasant good evening and welcome to it.
Do you hear me?
Something is happening in yes, indeed.
I mean, you turn it.
So let me see what I can link up with my team. I don't know whether the network is from my end. Yeah, let me see.
From your end, you'll get bad network over the past. You'll get bad network. Melbourne.
Yes, indeed. Steve, I'm getting you. I don't know whether you're getting me. If you're getting me, then we can now start the broadcast, or in fact, the show moving. I'm getting you, but I don't know whether you're getting me.
Okay, very good. I think we're good now.
Very, very good. But I'm not seeing you moving like before. But anyway, I don't know
Slow
whether
down.
you want to be able to present a mock. If
Slow
the
down.
case,
Slow down.
no, the other blame will not be on me. It will be
My
on
dear,
you.
slow down, my dear.
No. Yes, today, but we are celebrating.
You
So
when you
I will
celebrate,
not
you get current before you celebrate.
It's like a what?
You get current, you get stable current before you celebrating. What you celebrating?
Very well. Let me tell you.
Let me tell you. The way you can just wake up, you just decide to just celebrate. And you think that foolishness will on the side. We celebrate achievements. We celebrate reasonable things.
Oh, man, it take time, man. All these things. Look, let me tell you, Steve. All these things don't wake up one day and work. That one, I respectfully disagree with you on that. All these things are enemy.
Okay, let's do
one day time.
Let's do small math. Let's do small math. Right, Dylon was doing math today. In a way that when you were talking, he talked about your foolishness with straight face. He laughed with straight face. He seemed discom. I don't know who he thinks he can fool. He thinks he can sweet talk anybody.
Easy, gonna my man.
Let's do the math now. America is 248 years old. Right?
Yes, Liberia is 100.
Wait.
Yeah, okay, let me go ahead. You don't want to say your math.
177.
No, we haven't yet. So 176 plus few days.
My man, 177, man, that story. Anyway,
okay, let's go. Okay, let's take the math. I agree.
Older than Liberia, 71 years.
71 years.
Yes.
Okay.
Aricos, maybe let's say Aricos is about.
No, don't go that way. When you go that right now, I'll get problem with you.
Let's talk. And I let Dylon who now graduate from high school, the pastor around talking foolishness with confidence. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm proud. I went to spend my school fees. I'm not like your funny people there. So today we want to talk math, we want to talk education. The people who want to know, let them know. Aricos, let's estimate Aricos is about 65 years old. We are 177 minus 65.
Okay, let's go to Ghana. Let's go to Ghana. Why you go to Africa? So you want to pray about the country around us.
Before you get to Ghana, bro. Listen, we are doing simple math here. We are doing simple math that will help the Liberian people.
Okay, Baku is strong.
Liberia is older than Ivory Coast 112 years.
Oh.
If you divide that by 65, Liberia will be older than Ivory Coast. That 65 can go in there almost 2 times. So that means Liberia birthday can come in, Ivory Coast birthday can come from in Liberia about 3 times. But let's move on to Ghana. How old is Ghana?
I think Ghana, the inner 50 something, right?
Let's get Ghana 60.
Oh.
177 minus 60. Now we're doing simple math here today. Liberia is older than Ghana, 117 years.
Hey, cool.
You understand?
Still we but we not call.
Then look at those nations and you get that dilapidated country of Liberia of ours. Shamefully, we pass around
Amen.
in the time, make people around the world. We got a president who passes around with Kengo on his head. You know what's going
Stop
on?
it. Look, today is holiday. Here, America. Stop it. We're celebrating you people on the side.
And all in when Kengo. You don't know how to use a way. I know your story, man. But when I get the issue here, I mean, it will be what it. I mean, what you laughing for? Is it full of?
Look, the country is. I don't even know how to describe it. But yeah, so that means no, Steve, you haven't yet concluded. I want you to tell us in West Africa, whether Liberia is one of the oldest for goodies, or because you gotta give our ranking. You gotta give us our flower while we are alive. So in West Africa, what our
you ask? In West Africa, as we speak currently, Liberia is the most useless country.
No, answer I want. I disagree with you.
What you want? I'm talking the truth. In West Africa, Liberia is the most useless countries among its sisters. Look at Sierra Leone and all. Sierra Leone see where money more than all. Are you serious? Guinea see where money more than all. Guinea would have coup d'etat.
I disagree with you on a lot of things.
We dead bad. Let me put it that way. When I say you said maybe we are dead bad.
Oh,
Liberia dead bad. I say Liberia are dead bad because of the leadership we have. You get Dylon there talking foolishness. You think that one, but we'll discuss the issue. We'll discuss.
So let's go to Africa, the continent. Let's go to the continent and see as to our grading. If you want to grade us in the continent.
In West Africa, Africa, we are dead bad plus dead bad. In the continent of Africa, with 0 balance, with nothing. With peanut debt. Without peanut debt, you can use it for Sonny Goo. With nothing because of the criminals that we brought to power. I say, anybody want to get there. Anybody say I speak evil of the country that you're business, I don't care. Labrador for your woman, say I'll boil Labrador too. What are you talking? You let Labrador more than me. I let Labrador even more than you because I don't support criminals. I don't support crooks and liars. No, I don't. And I call them out as it is. That you passing around defending them so you don't love Labrador. That means it will be in front of you. Today on the show, all things under consideration, we'll be discussing fanatic over on a strategy.
Okay.
Cover that criminal and also will be talking about he won't be president. We're not ready in our country. The way he positioned himself with better you a good then. We'll discuss all of that today. We don't want to bring the story on now. On SKTV that we don't want to bring the story up. The show will be hot today. Today we'll get your update. The Fadiga brothers, the one who I can call fluffy boys. They're not coming back with it. They're not coming by the LD. Let them pass around, be taking pictures. They turn the camera boys now. And they're taking pictures of everybody. They ain't ready yet. I told them say that we aim for with funny face. They thought I was joking. It was funny face, and we yet. They tell the camera men and they pass around taking their own picture and taking other people picture and standing with it. It will not save you. You're dead bad. You're not serious. Both of you, fluffy boys. You're not ready yet. Today, look. Let me tell you something. Today that July 4, we're not taking no prisoner. Yeah, we're discussing everything.
Stop being kind of thing, man.
Stop being kind of thing.
So are you telling me even the fact that in the Ministry of Labor you don't care?
The what?
The bubble people. Why are you going to do that?
Well, we told President Joseph Boakai That the fact that he's still keeping people with criminal, the fact that you even get criminal allegation, you're not even clear. You were indicted and all of that, you're not even clear. And President Boaga hired you. President Boaga said, I got a problem. Let's be honest, Melbourne. So the fight that we'll tell you how Joseph Boakai. Let me tell you something. Let me finish this.
Yes, because there are three entities, though. Because there are three entities where, for me, that I've already observed that the fight.
Everywhere he has led, we tell you how President Joseph Boakai is a pattern. Everywhere he has led into confusion, discombobulation, and problem in his leadership throughout his. We're talking, and we'll go ahead and make sure we bring everything out. We'll go ahead and make sure we bring everything out. We're not here for that today. We are not here for that today. I hope.
Yes, because there was several parts in the Ministry of Labor. Can you imagine, though, the people that's supposed to be talking for us, they're fighting among themselves. So then what's going to happen to us?
What? My man said, we'll let the party on, man. Don't worry about that. Don't fire nobody, man.
My man, look, Steve, in fact, let me say, happy holiday to you people, but just that, as my birthday brother, you're not doing the right thing.
My man, I'm
saying you move from the birthday choice now. Yeah, my man.
Let's get it clear.
What do you clear? Everything. What's a birthday? You always a Baptist.
Not a Baptist. No. Like I told you before, the only church that all visit and your church will come, the bishop, and I told the bishop, and I'm saying it again on the radio, if your bishop speaks out against ills in society when I come to visit Liberia, I must attend the church, I must worship with the church, and if possible, the bishop give me a chance to speak, I will speak that day. I won't be a speaker in the church. I won't preach a sermon that day.
Yeah, girl.
What is
anyway, the bishop listening, so the bishop will, or in fact, the reverend is listening, so you will decide. And there is other reverend who run away. So reverend run away. Oh, Steve,
who? Mama,
you never go nowhere.
Mama will bring everything in other news today.
Yeah, still the country is good. Look, Liberia is good for me.
My man, when we told you,
look, don't give me Liberia, don't give me anything anymore. But I'm just happy.
When we told you, someone we don't call
so Reverend run away.
We don't call everybody Reverend or Bishop. People get very wrong. But you see someone reason,
you can't hear them anymore. You can't even see them anymore. They are not talking anymore.
My man, you see why we told you we don't call certain people Reverend, we don't call certain people Bishop. We understand the tactic, my brother.
Oh, I trust you, man.
You will not use God.
My brother. That moved. I trust you.
God need to scare someone off. Yeah. Because we have a personal relationship with God. Somebody said they can't hear us. Check your phone. Folks, if you can hear us, please let us know. And like I said earlier, once you write, we'll definitely recognize.
Yeah, so when I edit it so that my brother can go off and come back on, because I don't know what kind of world we live in. Because let me tell you, Steve, I was watching the international news. That thing that happened to us.
If you can get up, please let us know.
Yeah, seriously, we're
coming to international news. We're coming to international news. I don't want you to worry. I don't want you to rush, because everything will be on the table. Don't rush.
No, I'm not rushing, because I'm not here about peace talk. The other one, some people can make it, some people got to leave so that they can bring new candidates. All kinds of things you're hearing from us.
Rest your body. Rest your body. Don't make it look funny before the people say, before the people say something. So let our people let us know if they can hear us, because we'll be in a full discussion today. Let us know if you guys can hear us. I can assure you. I can assure you today that the show will not be your regular show. The show will be hot, because we'll be discussing a lot of different things. We'll be also breaking some news about some plans behind closed door, and we'll leave away then to come and talk, because when we say on SKTV, it will happen. Like I said, a lot of things under consideration, but Melbourne, from an international standpoint, I don't know, I was timing Monk and Sickle, but I'm not getting signal from either one of them. I know that anything more will join us very soon. But Melbourne, what say you? Some post it again. You're very loud and clear. You say you are following some international news. Before we get to the local news, before you can, what did you get? What are you hearing?
Well, so so good so far. I want to say happy Independence Day to the great nation, the USA, for celebration, or in fact for celebrating another year again. You know, they are nation one. So I want to say congratulations to all of you there who are residing in the great United States, even though been following CNN throughout, and there are some mixed reactions as to whether Joe Biden will be on the ticket of the Democrat or not. You know, and we keep following to see as to whether that's going to happen. But I think you on that side, but you know the news is just everywhere. So so I follow it to myself to see as to whether the current president going to be on the ticket. But mind you, he said, indeed, he's going to be on the ticket. In fact, he's doing everything possible that he be one of the candidate for the Democrat. So I was following that not too long, you know, mixed reactions, the Independence Day celebration and so on. So far so good. These are some of the news that I've been following through outside of our country, Liberia, apart from Kenya, so we're still ongoing. The protest and the peace accord also coming from the U.S. because mind you, Joe Biden and that Kamala Harris also they are in talk with the Israel president or the prime minister rather for peace talk between Israel and Hamas or for that situation that started sometime last year up to now is still ongoing. So yes, indeed, there are some of the news that we've been following and we keep following. So far, these are some of the foreign news that I've been following throughout the day on today.
Okay. Melbourne, yes, you're 100% correct. There is the peace talk that is ongoing. The United States has been trying to intervene to get President Zelensky and the Russian counterpart to come on the table to have this discussion. Yes, there has been a peace talk going on. There's also been the conversation in the United States. A sitting representative came out and said President Joe Biden should drop out of the race so that they can have a new Democratic candidate running. But this is all politics. The interesting part is even people that they're looking up to run are in full support of President Joe Biden. So it doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense to anyone for you to say, you know, this man should resign, but the people that you calling on, you know, they're saying no. For example, the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, he was poised to be one of the Democratic leaders. Jeffrey Hawkins he's the second person in command, the House here. He's the ranking member from the Democratic side. And so he's second in line for speakership should the Democrat take the House. Even the Vice President, Kamala Harris, none of them is buying into that. But you know, the argument has been, and Joe Biden has said that he will run, and Joe Biden will run. And I can tell you that I think the strategy of asking Joe Biden to drop out of the race could backfire. Let me tell you why. Because if you push Joe Biden so much to jump out of the race, then what you are saying, essentially, you are saying Joe Biden is the only one that can beat Trump. Because it wouldn't make any sense that you feel that from a political standpoint, a logical and strategic standpoint, that you feel that Joe Biden is the weaker candidate. Why not encourage you to stay in the race so you can beat him? Why look for somebody else? So you see the tactics behind it. You see, my man, let me tell you something. Some of us will sit down on the radio because we're on Facebook. Some people think, we think the same or we are the same. No, we're not the same. You know, in Ivory Coast, there is a parable. The French people can say the sheep, they can move together, but they don't have the same price when they go buy them. And that's true. Even the cows, all of them can work together. But when they come to buy them, they can price them differently because of the quality, because of, different factors, the health and all of that. So I'm saying this to say that when you look at this from a political standpoint, those who are pushing the narrative, there are two narratives they are pushing. For the Democrats who say Joe Biden should leave the race, if you so much hate Trump, if you so much think that Trump is a danger, if you so much think that Trump is a menace to democracy and so forth, why not governor support Joe Biden? Why ask him to leave? So if you bring a new person in the race, what sense would that make? You know how long it would take for that person to even gain party and all the other extra stuff? So you understand, Joe Biden already has the work on ground. Joe Biden already has the support. What you can do now, use that moment to galvanize your support. You got a person in Trump who is a felon 34 times. He is on the ballot. Republican never asked him to drop out. Your candidate went to a debate and did not do well in one debate in 90 minutes. And you say your candidate should drop out? I don't get it. I don't get it. You ever saw Republican when Donald Trump became convicted, they say they will not support him? No, because they know what they want. So, but I can say to you that all these noise will subside in subsequent days. And the reason it will subside, I want to tell you one thing, the reason it will subside is they are agitating and angering people who are on the fence for Joe Biden. Don't get this wrong. Please think about this. If the Republicans are not careful, they will make Joe Biden to win because of sympathy votes. I'm telling you it today. And that is the strategy that they are messing themselves up, pushing on the other person, the other colonist call, the other, how does a newspaper or media outlet calling for a president to drop out of the race? How does that, what does that matter? What does that matter? But again, like I said to you, Joe Biden has said he's not dropping off. He will remain to challenge Donald Trump. And he said he will defeat Donald Trump. And I know that he will defeat Donald Trump because I've started to see some signs. Let me say this. The black people in the country, I want to say this to you before we go to the local news. The black people in this country.
Because I want to ask you this question, because if the voters who are Democrats asking their candidate to say, step aside, because we are seeing like we are no longer having interest in you because based on your performance during the debate, then because mind you though, I like the USA, the Democrats, or in fact their political activities. Like for example, there are two political systems. So like for example, if you still, for example, you are Republican, no matter what happens, you're gonna speak truth to power. And that's what we've been seeing quite recently that
hold on. Democrats. No. Let me tell you something. The Republican Party on this side, if I were to join any party, it will probably be the Republican Party.
Really?
Let me tell you what. Yes. I mean, I'm not part of no political party. I've never voted in the country in my life. You know, people don't understand. I've never voted in this country. I'm not part of no political party. There's no record of that. But if I were to join a party, let me tell you today, I will join the Republican Party. Okay. But you know, I can support the Republican Party right now with Donald Trump.
Or the candidate right now?
I can support the Republican Party. I say the candidate. And the party fight before, even if I were to join, I'm here for picking what I call. I pick the whole group. Because you see, when you have a group and people want to be hypocritical, they want to claim that they're evangelical, they are Christian-based, they are faith-based, and the other one, but you support a convicted criminal, you got no morals. I can never, in any good faith, support somebody like Donald Trump. No, I can't. If I support Donald Trump and I call George Weah out, I'm a hypocrite. Sorry to say, but that's just the truth of the matter. Donald Trump is a crook, an unserious man, a divisive man, a loose cannon to be president. No maturity, no seriousness. No serious-minded group of people sit behind Donald Trump. Let's be very honest. I'm being blunt and honest with this because Donald Trump is a menace and a threat to himself. He has no regard for women. He cuts them out. He don't care. Very discriminatory. How do you support this kind of man? And you want to talk moral? No, you can't talk moral to me if you support Donald Trump. You can't talk moral to me. I'll be very honest. But that is just the honest fact. And Donald Trump is a con artist. He's not a businessman. He is not a successful businessman. He's a con artist. A con artist with sharp mouth, big mouth, boast for nothing, lies about everything. Everything that was done in the United States for almost 240 years or 244 years. Nobody did anything. Only he came in the first time in history. Everything is about he did it the first time. Everything about he did. So, I mean, I don't just get it. So, I'm waiting for my poor mom. Like I said, as the American politics draw closer, we take time to come on the show to discuss the American politics. I can see Milborn, I know internet acting. Milborn, need to go out and come back in, please. Give me a second. Just give me 1 second, folks. Give me a second here. Yeah, I don't think Milborn make it. Milborn might have to come back. Milborn might have to come back. Folks, please give me a second. Let's take a quick break. A short musical break. We'll be right back in a jiffy. We'll be right back. Right back, please. Let me take a quick musical break. I just want to double check on something here so I make sure I'm not missing anything. Milborn will be back with us.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. Blessing that time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here the premise of them. So welcome and life without again.
I lyrical
Master.
Play Paris to America, I can't ask you if you been you. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamo. And yes, I know money, and more I know. And you love
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandfather.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I did.
Well, thank you, folks. I had to go double check on something, but it's, from what I'm told, it's taken care of. So we are back. Like I was saying, I know Milborn will join us in a little bit here. He has some internet glitches there. So, folks, like I said, the whole Donald Trump situation, again, they will rally up among themselves. I know the Democrats will not sit on the fence. So it will be a big fight. At the end of the day, the American people will choose who they want to be their leader. But let's share the show, folks. Let's share the show. Like I said, we got lots of other news, a lot of things to discuss today. A lot of things in other news. A lot to talk about. We have a lot. We'll give you update on other information here and other things that are going on. We will. Mr. Cannon, welcome to the show.
Thank you. How you doing?
Yo, what is going on?
I gotta ask you because you ran away yesterday. we were expecting you back, then we didn't see you.
Yeah, yeah. And
Something is going on in terms of this thing. People trying to kind of send out viruses to the platform. Be kicking people out as well. Been getting a lot of text messages. So I've been trying to fix it, but we're not going to cut the show off. We'll continue with the show. Yeah, but let's share the show. If you haven't done so, please share the show. Once again, maybe I'm trying to come on. The same thing happening. It's kicking out. Hopefully, it's their internet. But for us here, I think we need some. I don't know. I think we need to share the show. Let's see what happens.
yeah, I did. That's part. I thought that glitch or that stuff was coming from me, so I had to go double check some things that why I took the musical break.
It's from everywhere.
Yeah, I didn't know. So, but thanks for the update. Well, folks, let's share the show. Like I said to you guys, a lot of things to report on today. I know Mr. Cannon will have his take on whatever some of the things that Senator Darius don't say today. But in another news, we are following the development of this whole DEA investigation and so forth. Today, July 4th, we have some updates. It is getting serious. It's getting serious. But we are also following up, folks.
You see people complaining that they don't see the show. You know, I've had a lot of text messages. People sometimes they be kicked out, and people don't even getting the notification that we are on.
Yeah.
Hopefully it will get okay. But just share the show, everybody. When you come on, just share it on your personal page, and let's see what happens. We will get to the bottom to see what's going on with that.
Lawrence, what's going on?
Yeah, Chief Steve, what's up? Good evening, Mr. Kanye. How are you? Happy Independence Day.
Yeah, man, thank you. And happy 4th of July to the United States. Greatest nation in the whole wide world.
I know, Chief. I can see the celebration face on Steve. I can see it, man, trying to face me.
Yeah, but now, you know, people are going to make our Independence Day to look funny because it looks like we're trying to hack again, but they're not making it. They're not going to make it.
I know y'all fasting.
Yeah, they're trying to slow us down, but you know, it's not going to happen. But you know, it's good to be here, Steve and Melbourne. I think Melbourne is on, but for some reason we're not seeing him. I don't know what's going on today, but my people, let's share the show. You know, Steve, before we even start the show, let's recognize a few people here, at least those who have said something. George Young, welcome to SKTV. We have Derek Banks, welcome. Yasa Goba, Washington. Those are some of the key supporters of SKTV. Yasa, welcome. Alice Yala, welcome to SKTV. And Dolly Nelson, welcome to SKTV. Yvette Schiffers, welcome to SKTV. Margaret Combe, welcome to SKTV. Doris Tanya Thompson, welcome to SKTV. And Toba, welcome to SKTV. Yomotru Kranga, welcome to SKTV. Mr. Sidibe, my own brother, my former classmate. Mohammed M. Sidibe, my man, welcome. Remy Yomi, welcome to SKTV. Steven Slar, welcome to SKTV. Trecom Moore, Linda Nyimpang, and Nora Hooks. Nora, thank you so much for being here again. She and her husband, they are big supporters of SKTV. You share the show though. Everybody, you gotta share the show. Today we are having some issues, but we're not gonna. Nothing can stop SKTV from going on. You know that. So what we ask of you is to share the show. And Albert Kai, welcome to SKTV. Augustine Bundo, welcome to SKTV. Alex Nimland, Margaret Johnson, Tony Johnson, Randolph Perry, and Alexander Boniface Emmanuel, Asata Dosen. Oh, a lot of people joining us, in a very fast pace. Yes, Asata Dosen, Samuel Gogai Hollywood, welcome to SKTV. Mr. Joseph Binder, Naomi Mimi, Arnold Taylor, and my own Oma is also here. Oma Miata Stella Harin, welcome to SKTV. Teresa Bain, welcome to SKTV. Emo Pega, everything is in a minute. What's going on? Hope all is well. Tavis Bashu, welcome to SKTV. Adam K. Mahama, welcome to SKTV. And Sarah Brian Davis, welcome to SKTV. We have a lot of people, showing up here. Nyombie Zia, welcome to SKTV. Rebecca Garcia, James Davy, Henry Wenning, and our own Orito Zina, welcome to SKTV. Kennedy Corey, that's my brother there from all the way in North Carolina. And Lucretia Gibson, everybody, welcome all of you. We want to encourage you to share the show. Today we are having some technical issues. Nevertheless, we will continue with the show. Yeah, for some reason, maybe one been trying to come on, but it's not making it. Yeah, the internet is slow. Hopefully, we will get these things going. Just a quick information, those of you who are part of our stakeholders, we want to encourage you. We are in the month of July already. So if possible, maybe I'm showing face now. And by the way, somebody maybe finally made it. If you try to make it, maybe finally made it. By the way, it is very important to highlight some of the things going on right now. Let me see the headline here. This okay. So all things consideration, or all things under consideration, or all things whatever that is. All things consideration, all things under consideration, all things consider, whatever that is. But we are here to talk about everything. That's what it means. Those who created the link, it means that everything is on the table. Nothing is off the table. Nothing is off limit. As long as you remain within the confines of this platform. Yeah, so those who are stakeholders want to encourage you to support SKTV. We know what we do at the end of the month. Every new month, we have a commitment to make. There are some that have already started meeting up with their commitment, and those of you who are yet to do so, want to encourage you to do that. And again, the book of becoming a stakeholder of SKTV is still open. You can reach out to me, or Steve. You will definitely be added as long as you are willing to, have a commitment to support SKTV on a monthly basis. And those commitments also comes with some incentives. Some people, they don't even tell us. We want to make sure if you are a stakeholder of SKTV, whether it's your birthday, whether it's your business, whether it's your wedding, whether it's your son or daughter's wedding, whether it's graduation, anything that got to do with you and your surrounding, SKTV, it will be there to celebrate it with you, to celebrate it on our page, to celebrate it on the show. Imagine your name being called on SKTV, on Truth FM, on Radio Former, on a daily basis. The entire country listening to your name and the entire world celebrating you, whether it's your birthday, whether it's your wedding, whether it's your son's birthday or graduation. All you need to do is just inform us. Inform me, Mabel, Lawrence, anybody you inform, you will get it to us. We'll make sure you are taken care of. So you see, this guy is saying, thank God he's not a stakeholder. So he's afraid. He's afraid to actually, support the platform, but he want to be here, running his mouth, supporting his failed CDC government. I know CDC are going to get mad at me today. But yeah, CDC failed. Yeah, I want to say thank you to all of you. Those of you who, have contributed. So Steve, this is your show. Where do we start from, sir? What's going on?
Well, we haven't gotten the information from Liberia, so really quick, let's go to Liberia and hear from our folks there. Lawrence, can you please give us a quick update on that side of the country, what's going on there, what's happening? We'd like to hear from that, so please. And then we'll transition to Melbourne right after you.
So who is arguing with me that America is not the greatest nation in the world? Then you show me which country is.
Lawrence, you ready to update us?
I think Lawrence is not available.
Okay. Yeah. You getting me, Chief?
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Bong is okay for today. There is not much activity ongoing here in Bong County, especially this lower end. We tried to ask some of our guys this morning on our sister program to fit us in with some updates from Upper Bong, but nothing much was actually ongoing in that part of Liberia, especially Central Liberia when it comes to other activities. So far, so good. Everything is still constant since yesterday. The only reaction we got this morning on our platform here is the issue about some lawmakers who rode Keke to go to work, and the reactions we got from some of the callers, even some of them posted on our page. They say even if they like it, they should ride wheelbarrow to go to work. And some of them even called, they say this 2029 election, especially some of the older ones, they said they are not going to vote for representative nor senator, they only vote for president because some of the guys are not working the way they expect them to work. So even it calls for them to ride wheelbarrow to go to work, and our business should ride to go to work. Government should not get anything to buy a car. So those were the reactions we got this morning on our program here in this part of Lower Bong.
Thank you so much. Melbourne, any update?
Yes, indeed. So thanks to you and Seku again for reconnecting with us back home, because it is important that Truth FM be part of the broadcast. Indeed, even though we are in the situation where we are experiencing some disruption into the internet, but we don't know where it's coming from, whether from the end or from our end, but how be it. Someone will say maybe indeed it may likely come from Liberia, because while US celebrating their Independence Day today, and they don't want to keep Seku or Steve out of internet. So indeed, we will take the blame. Happy Independence Day to you people. Celebrate well. So yes, indeed, again, Liberia, we are moving great in the capital city. As usual, sometimes some of the noise, sometimes some of the holding and pulling, all of the things that we listen to or that we follow us, always coming from the capital city. So, like my colleague just said, indeed, the lower house, they are still experiencing what we call a serious setback when it comes to their vehicles or their amenities, according to them, that they are not yet received some of their benefits that they're supposed to receive. Because mind you, according to their own budget or according to the budget of Liberia, every year they're supposed to receive something around 15,000 for their transportation. And if you calculate that in 2 years' time, that would be 45,000. So whenever year about 45,000, some people will say, oh, The money is bought is their transportation, and that have been placed into the budget. And by now they're supposed to receive it according to them, even though the upper house has received some of these amounts that we are talking about. But again, all eyes are now on the lower house, and there are some mixed reactions to that as to why some of them are right keke. In fact, that's the best thing to do. Some Liberians or some citizens are saying that that's the best thing to do, because why? Ali, that will also help to to control our economy and to help the poor people back home. And all are saying no, this thing have been placed into the budget. Let the money be given to the people so that they can be able to buy their vehicle or to buy their car, or be able to transport them from work back home. So apart from that, also the president today was seen today at the Ministry of Information when you were talking on so many things on today, and someone say this is the first of a kind that indeed the president of the Republic of Liberia will visit the Ministry of Information to speak from that end of one of the government, or especially the executive branch angle. So indeed there are some mixed reaction to that. Others are saying nothing new, nothing much. In fact, the president said nothing interesting, and so on. And while others are also hearing the president say, yes, indeed, that's the first of a kind. But apart from that, quickly, because yesterday we were not able to come on due to some technical problem, but the runabout at the ELW junction, there was some mixed reaction to that. The current government is also claiming as to they are the one that makes sure that the project is completed, while some supporters of the former government also saying that in fact they are the one that brought about that project. In fact, they are the one that even implemented that project. So there was some mixed reactions to the runabout right to the ELW junction. But quickly before I take leave of you, also the CSA boss also announced on today that 687 ghost names has been removed from the Civil Service Agency. But again, there are some mixed reactions. Others are saying that these news are old news, because former President Salif also did that before, and at the end of the day, people don't know where the money goes or what the money were placed into, or some of the land agencies that the money were placed into. And former President, we are also come out again with this Senate team, removing ghost names. But at the end of the day, there are no benefit. And also, the current government also coming out with the same thing. So there are some mixed reactions. All are also saying, yes, indeed, that great team. But quickly, Steve, I'm getting news that the current LBS boss has slapped another person. That's the news I'm getting. But I'm still trying to verify that, according to the information I'm getting right now, that indeed Eugene Falcon has again for the second time, in fact, this time around, is not anybody outside, but in the ELBC compound, or maybe some of the employee or one person that work with the ELBC. That's the news that we're getting, but we're still trying to verify that information as to whether it's true or not. Falcon for the second time has hit on
Well, folks, as funny as it sounds, Milborn will reconnect with us in a bit here. I know he's been having a technical problem, but he will reconnect with us. Milborn, please join us when you can. Milborn will reconnect with us. Let's go quickly let's pick up from the Eugene Falcon part, because we also got on SKTV want to report to you that there is a planned protest against Eugene Falcon at the LBS. There is. In fact, it's been reported at SKTV that many of the employees, they are very uncomfortable with Eugene Falcon. And there's been some serious rift in how he's leading the organization or the LBS. For example, he put stop to the LBS cars running after 9 p.m. at night. But also the lit news crew is complaining that they have no way to drive themselves around to facilitate their movements to be able to gather information and news to report. So it's been a rigmarole. It's been a serious problem. He also fired someone against the will of the people. He fired one of the leaders there. The people told him not to do that, but he did that. And so There's a lot of things that's happening, but we'll get to what's happening at LBS, what's happening at Labor, what's happening at NOCA, what's happening at LDEA. These things are not mutually exclusive. We'll give you a picture of Joseph Boaka's leadership and how the dysfunction starts, and then eventually it engulfs or takes over the entire place. We'll get to that because that's another segment, that's another story that we'll compile everything to and get to that. But Mr. Kane, from an international standpoint, what say you? I know you've been following the international news and so forth. What caught your attention? What's going on? Before we get into the politics of the day, we talk about Dylon. We talk about some of the information we're getting on Fanati Kofa as to some of his plans, strategy, and so forth. We delve into that just a little bit so that the Liberian people can know what to expect. Because Senator Dylon mentioned 2029 a lot this morning in his interview. In fact, while you were up watching him, I was also up watching him, and I was just laughing.
I watched him not to the end.
Yeah. I watched him.
Yeah, I didn't watch him to the end, so I didn't actually get a lot from it. There was a lot of redundancy and political posturing and make himself something that he's not. But overall, it was good to listen to Dylon. But it also, it concerns me that Dylon was talking on behalf of the House of the Senate when the Senate Pro Tem already went publicly and said that she's the official spokesperson, nobody else will be speaking on behalf of the Senate. But Dylon was doing that. I even alarmed about it. I said, well, I thought you normally say nobody should be talking on behalf of the Senate. But Dylon was there running his mouth, saying some funny stuff that was not making sense. And he was being very pompous as usual. And he's very, very, erratic. And he has a deep-seated temperamental problem. So I don't really expect much from Dylon after knowing him. He's not actually too friendly with the facts. He always on the opposite of the truth, and whatever he says does not hold water. And it means nothing. It does not move anything. It does not move a needle. However, I think Eugene Fangon should get a pay raise. The more people he slap, the more money he should be getting. Yeah, I think Eugene Fangon need a pay raise. Eugene Fangon need to get more money. Eugene Fangon is not, has not reached his potential yet. I want to see him slapping Dylon, and all the senators that are stealing people money and go there and be slapping all of them. So that way, Eugene Fangon can get more money for slapping, everybody who are stealing our money. And at the end of the day he slapped Joseph Boakai, the old Joseph Boakai don't know how to stand on straight. I don't know what will happen with that. But Fangon, is a lunatic. Fangon is a crazy man. And Fangon was crazy. He was appointed because he's crazy. So the man is trying to prove to the people that he is actually crazy. I think there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I think Fangon, is a good man for these people. What do you call them? For the rescue people. Anybody misbehave, Fangon got it right to slap all of them, including Joseph Boakai. So Fangon news is not news. That is expected. And I just want him to get a salary, increase for slapping as many people as he can. Every time he slaps somebody, let it add a little bit to his pay. So he will slap more people and they will stop the corruption. So Fangon
the man, every time the man slap with a man and read on his page, LBS will never be the same.
Yeah, so you keep slapping. Today he slapped the guy.
Then I mean LBM make it bigly now. So you slap to that bugger, LBM made it bigly. It was another thing.
No, but I looking at the guy was not allowed to maybe to get closer because the way the man got slap his face. The man got slap his face. Either
LBM will not be the same or LBM will be making history today.
In Labra, you know, when they involve so stupid, so they spare him. So,
but Mr. Colonel, me, I won't work LBM. So
I don't get slap his face. So the day you go work there, they slap you. See.
That was me. I want to hide you.
You know, Steve, your own bad blow.
Yeah, you see that got slapped. You blow in your mouth. Like you will know. And Fagon can tell you. He say, Fagon can tell you. Say, I will make sure you will know what put water in coconut. Yeah. So when he slap you, you will definitely know how water get into coconut. So Fagon news is not news. Fagon is just a crazy man who was accommodated for being crazy, and if he dare displaying his craziness, I think that's not a surprise. But on a serious note, Fagon was declared non-governmental material. Fagon is not fit to be among the good people. Fagon does not have the integrity and dignity to serve at any position as director, honestly speaking. But we warned the government about it. We warned Joseph Baka about it. We said Fagon was not suitable to serve in any capacity in terms of working as government officials. And you make the man director, the man who will go put LIPO, he will call the whole world, say LBS never be the same.
Yeah, the machine level, LBS will never be the same.
You will say LBS teacher is coming.
Yeah, LBS will never be the same.
LBS will never be the same. But you remember shine your shoe, you will call the cameraman, you can't. LBS will never be the same.
He landed grown people and say all of them are wear African share.
Yeah. And the guy is getting stupid by the day. I don't know for some reason. You know, sometimes some people are not just good around power.
No, he's not good with power. You're right.
Just good to be followers. Some people are not just good in power. So Fagon issue is not an issue. So another thing I wanted to talk about, Steve.
So Secretary Sagon, you know, these things, for me, sometimes, you know, it can really be good for some of our people into some maybe entity or someone, right? You have that person who is down to earth, who, you know, listen to you, who do everything, but because of maybe some or maybe working active or maybe some, you know, misunderstanding, you feel that you don't want another person, you want the other person. And that's it. Now, let me be frank, now that entire entity, they're going to go through a lot. I can go there. I can go there. I used to go there. Sometimes someone will be complaining, you know, they share themselves into.
If I want to see that, he will slap you.
I will send message for one person.
I can't even go there. No, they that are big here. They just says, yeah, I can't go there.
Well, I just send him message for one. You see my phone? I come and send message to him right now and say, Milpon will be showing you on Tuesday. Can you want that? So, maybe you're not going there again? Milpon, let me ask you. I want you to be on record, yes or no? Can you please answer? Are you going there?
If I'm going to other ERBs, let me just tell you today now. I'm going to wear face cap. I'm going to dress like, hey, you know, like let me pick me up because there. I tell you, because I don't want maybe I go cancel an announcement. They might go maybe something. Who this person? Who this one? They may start slapping me. So I'm not going there, my brother. I'm not going there.
Well, you're slapping already swimming when Rado man will give it to you when you get a Tuesday. But Mr. Kennedy, let me ask you this question. In as much that we're laughing with this, but Miss, I want to ask this question because I want us to get into this before you get to your second point. there seems to be a pattern here. Something is not right. Something is not adding up. Let's start off with no car. Let's come to the LDA. The inner fights in these different places. Now, Ministry of Labor. Then Eugene Fagon at LBS. These things are not mutually exclusive. Mr. Kana, is that something that we are missing? Should we expect other ministries to also be, whether we are led government, we did not see this kind of, trend of noise in different ministries, fights, all of it. What say you?
The Ministry of Labor, there's also fight in the Ministry of Labor. There's a bigger fight in the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. And that fight is the biggest of all. There's a fight in the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs that could lead to something very big, maybe resignation.
No, let's go back. Let's go back for you to your own time. Say, are you saying there's another fight in the Ministry of Presidential Affairs that has not come to the public limelight?
The biggest fight that you don't know about. That be the don't know about. Yeah. So, and that could be the fight that could actually destroy the government from within. And it is something that Joseph Boakai has no control over. And that is the fight that is making Senator Witherspoon lately attacking Joseph Boakai government indirectly, smartly, and under the banners of we fought for this change. The Pape mean well for Liberia, and other people are not in it. Other people want to destroy the woman's vision, his passion for Liberia. It's not about other people, it's about the fight. And this fight, it has to do with people who are original rescuers, who think they own the rescue mission, versus people who were added to the process that are considered members of the alliance. So if you listen to some of the statements that they are making, they are even calling some of them rebel group. And that rebel group, the one that they are referring to as NPFL or INPFL, they exist in all the agencies and ministries. In fact, they are having pocket meetings, gossip about each other. They have divided themselves into two groups. Those who were brought on from the original rescue team, and those who benefited from being part of alliance. So when you see all the problem to be having, I think the minister alluded to it when he came here. All the problem to be having in terms of governance is coming from there. You know, even when it comes to information dissemination, there's a problem between the Executive Mansion Press Bureau and that of Ministry of Information. The reason why Joseph Boakai went to that place yesterday, because the current Minister of Information, my own friend and brother, Mr. Pierre, said that they don't want to have a lot of people speaking for the government. Everybody who will be speaking on behalf of the government should go through the Ministry of Information. You don't know how much and how intense was a fight, Steve, to make Joseph Boakai to go to that ministry there to go and have this program. Others were saying that the president should speak from the ground of the executive mansion on anything. And the Minister of Information is saying, since the director for civil service is part of the governing system, should go on the ground of the Ministry of Information, like any other agency of the government, wherein they will use the podium of the Ministry of Information to send out any other information. So Joseph Boakai didn't go over there because he wanted to. They've been fighting about it as to how they can do it. Also, Steve and our listening audience, those who are not part of the regional rescue mission, most of them feel threatened. They feel uncomfortable. They feel bullied. And as a matter of fact, the fight at Noka has something to do with the same thing. The power struggle, the fight for position is real. That is the same reason that destroyed the so-called asset recovery team. They never had money. But by the time small money show face, who is to get what led to this destruction and resignation of all of those guys. So the government is divided among themselves, and all of them fighting as to who to control Joseph Boakai. Because Joseph Boakai is not the one controlling them. If Joseph Boakai was in charge, he was the one that's going to actually call all of them out, sit them face to face and tell them, I can't take this anymore. Enough is enough. But that's not the case. They're the one that actually control Joseph Boakai. Now the fight is who can control him more, who have better leverage and more leverage on Joseph Boakai.
Okay.
So that's the problem. It's not just limited to the one that you know. The fight is throughout the government as to who can control, who have more leverage over the president, because the president is not the one leading. He's been led by the people.
Okay.
So the fight is all about control, and who, because the more leverage you have, the more control you have over the president, the more money you make.
Yeah, but I wanted to ask this question because we're still in the conflicts. We'll move further to other things that we are getting here. As of today, credit to a news outlet in Liberia, base of Liberia, called them Democracy Watch. They're reporting here is the headline: no evidence found Colonel A.B. Kroma exonerated in allegation leadership clashes at the LGA. Mr. Kenneth, what are you hearing about? Because up until now, we have not gotten the full, let's say, report from the investigation. But is this over for the two subordinates of the leader, the director of the LDA, his two immediate supervisors or leaders who are used, let me use the word for a better phrase, attacked him or attempted to attack him in his office with these big allegations coming from is this over with? Is this the end of everything? Do you think these guys will be reinstalled in a position so far?
I don't want to emphatically say yes, but I know decision has been made long time ago, but Joseph Boakai does not have the spine to release the final decision until he can muster the courage, the spine. We will stay here for a while. The fight, I told you guys here one time, the fight over the DEA, the decision was made the very time it happened, that Fadiga and Kou should be let go right away. But Fadiga and the other guy, how they came to the position. Fadiga's name was part of the list submitted by Stanton Witherspoon. And Stanton Witherspoon got the entire rescue mission by their boss, all of them, including the president. He decides what will happen. And if Joseph Boakai is to decide anything that he disagrees with, he will send Martin Colley and other people to attack that process. And he will be using his platform to bully them.
So can you say that again? Is Stanton, is Martin Colley working for Stanton? Is he a stooge of Stanton?
One of the stooges of Stanton.
Okay.
Martin works for Stanton. Dylon, Stanton got him by his boss. Youngbley is also being somehow bullied by Stanton Witherspoon. Anything they don't do it the way he wants it, he bullies them, and they have to submit to his will. Stanton didn't want A.B. Kroma to be out. And then Joseph Boakai and other surrounding people, the other people that control him from the other side, saying that no, A.B. Kroma is the superior. A.B. Kroma was attacked, and A.B. Kroma has more experience. We cannot let A.B. Kroma go for Fadiga, who has no experience when it comes to dealing with these things. They are looking at it from a practical standpoint. You know, let me tell you, one of them told me, use the word on the president. You know, I used that word yesterday on my personal page, calling the president a figurehead. That they may not even know what's going on. I'm telling you, one of the people that work for him told me last night that Sekou, this old man is a figurehead. Does he know what's going on? In fact, this person was saying that when decisions are made, the Papegaro, when you say yes to you, then you will tell you, but let me talk to this person or that person first. And then you will come back again and change it because it's not in control. It's like a puppet. I'm sorry to say this. So, because of that, because his inability to make independent decision, that's why most of the investigation yielding no fruit, because even if there's something to put out there and that is not in line with other people, then he kind of like put himself in a difficult position. He cannot take a decisive stand on anything. Everything that's been going on, when you see something that Joe Baga is struggling with, it means that the Dylon and the Central group versus the chief of staff, the man who is, what's his name?
Grace B.
Grace B. Grace B, they are the mature part of the people controlling Joseph Boakai. The amateur groups are the ones from the Stanton group. Do you know that Stanton Witherspoon they're now working with Prince Johnson there?
Well,
yes. Stanton's group, in order to recruit more people on their side to fight Joseph Boakai or to terrorize them, they are working with Prince Johnson. I don't know whether you went on my personal page when you saw when I check on Senator Prince Johnson. I don't just do stuff because I want to do it.
Yeah, so I saw it, and I saw some beginning there coming talking funny thing. They don't read through line. Yeah. They don't post meaning on their phones so they can enroll.
Yeah. So what is going on? The rescuer, they feel that the rescue mission has been hijacked by some outside forces led by Sylvester Crispy. So they are now putting themselves together to fight back, even at the detriment of their so-called rescue mission.
So they don't care if they lose the presidency.
They don't care about that right now. It's not even about presidency after Joseph Boakai. They're thinking about whatever they can get within the course of the next 5.5 years to go. It's not about the country anymore. It's about who can get what. Because they know that this whole rescue mission was a fiasco. It was, a combination of people having a common enemy. And when you get together, when you form any alliance or any friendship based on having a common enemy, if that enemy does not exist, that means you have nothing in common. That's exactly what is going on with them. That's why some of them, they stay. Can't stomach the fact that other people who predicted that they're not going to do anything for Liberia, they are proving the people right.
Yeah.
But the reason why you see most of them, they are losing their sleep over the name Alexander Cummings or ANC, because that was the only reason that united them. Cummings was seen as outsider. So no matter what happened, group of criminals and bandits, you got together and make sure you stop this person from outside to come and take over the leadership of the country. So they preferred supporting each other based on having a common enemy than to have any organized or guided process that could change the fabrics of the nation for the better. So they didn't care about anything. All they had is having a common enemy. And that common enemy was Cummings, being somebody who sees politics from a different perspective, who is supposedly the clean man. So because of that, they don't see themselves, fit within Cummings' leadership. So what brought them together is having common enemy. Now Cummings is no longer in the picture. That's why all of them, if any small thing happens, they'll bring Cummings into the picture. Everything, small thing, they'll bring 1%, 2%. You get all the percentage now. Why you worry about the 1%? Because that is the only thing that brings them together, forming a common enemy. And our common enemy was the ANC and the CPP and Mr. Komis. Now Komis is no longer in the picture. Nobody even know whether Komis is still going to run for president. But yet, when they are confused, when they fight among themselves, the only way they can bring some ease and some sense of togetherness to them is fighting their common enemy that does not exist anymore.
Yeah, but let me ask you this question. Speaking about 2029, because we come to Senator Dylon part, some of the places he lied, some of the things he said, we'll fact check some of the things he said that sent signals because we're paying attention to him. Speaking about this whole 2029, because that was something that Senator Dylon alluded to today. He did not exonerate, or he did not say emphatically that Senator John Kanga Lawrence has no intention. Instead, he used the word, you can't fight grace or whatever. We'll come to that. But let's talk about somebody else that's galvanizing forces, that's putting together things, that is sending signals without speaking, but that is sending signals based on moves that he's making. For example, Fanatic Kofa. Let's talk about Fanatic Kofa just a little bit. Fanatic Kofa seems to be doing something that is very interesting for 2029. Remember the CPP. The first person that started the destabilization of the CPP, that started to bring problems and confusion in the CPP, was Benena Yure. And it was deliberately done by Joseph Yuma Boaka, who recruited Benena Yure and brought Benena Yure to the CPP. Now, the reason we are speaking of the CPP and the origin is because one laid a foundation for this question. Fast forward, Benena Yure comes into the CPP. He decides to attack Alexander Cummings. He leaves everybody else. Moving forward, today we see Fanatic Kofa has started to hire people from the Benena Yure's camp. For example, he hired Taylor Yure on. It's not a mistake, folks. He also hired one of Benena Yure's stooges as well. I don't know. He used to be with Stanton Byron, whatever his name is, And we see other folks coming in from different places to work for Fanatic Kofa. Mr. Kane, from a political standpoint, for the common people, what say you about these moves?
So it is an open secret that Fanatic Kofa will run for president. And it is also a glaring fact that CDC will be disintegrated ahead of 2029 election. Fanatic Kofa is supposed to be the next leader in the CDC. If you pay attention to Jefferson Koji today, he made mention of Sir Joseph in terms of the leadership. I don't know whether you pay attention to that.
Yes, and he was not also emphatic about President George we are wanting to rerun. However,
he was very clear that President Weah may not necessarily run for anything. He said the man did it before. He ran as Vice Chancellor Bureau. So, if you ask me about Fanatic Kofa, a lot going on in Liberia. A whole lot going on in Liberia. And the people, I told you before, the people then they will kill each other. They will kill each other ahead of 2029. Whether they're voodoo, whether they're hiring hate men, whatever they can do ahead of 2029, they will kill each other. What we have gotten right now from our sources yesterday, that's why I was expecting you to come back last night.
We'll digest a little on.
Yeah, but let me just give you a taste. We told you here that Nyombli's ambition for presidency was not for presidency. We told you guys. It's for to be somebody vice president. Now Nyomli has realized that she cannot win presidency. She could not even deliver Grand Bassa County. So the leverage she trying to show is that she can be a vice president for somebody. And Jeremiah Kun, he's not going to stop at anything between he and the presidency. He's very desperate about it. He's very straightforward about it. And he has already started to invest. He has already invested in the process. In fact, somebody said they don't like for me to hear from me when I say in fact, because by the time, we can drop the bomb. Jeremiah Kun, before I go back to Fanate Kofa, Jeremiah Kun has paid people here in America, some lawyers, some human rights people, to make his case. At the same time, blackmailing potential opponents. We have some of the names, but we'll share the information with you later on when you come here.
Yeah, tomorrow we'll probably go into it a little deeper. We'll keep on for today.
So, and some of the people that he already paid, we know them. And even some of our friends that are talk show hosts, advocates, are already being bought.
Yeah.
But then, within the same group, Fanate Kofa also has already purchased some of the people. Some people are being bought. At the same time, Sir Joseph also taking his share among the same group. But there is time for everything. I wrote something on my personal page, I don't know, it was yesterday or day before, when I talk about consistency. There's a reason for everything I post. If you are a member of SKTV, you should be proud of yourself. If you are an affiliate of SKTV, you should be proud of yourself. If you are a follower, fan, or well-wisher of SKTV, you should be proud of ourselves, because of the level of consistency that we have had over the years. The same way we held, George Weah government held Feet to the Fire. That's how we are doing with Joseph Jumabuaga. The same way we held Buffer Chambers House of Representatives Feet to the Fire. That's the same thing we are doing with Fanate Kofa. The way we did with Albert Chase Senate, we are doing the same thing with Nyomli Kanga Lawrence. And the reason is good thing is always good. And bad thing is always bad. It doesn't matter when and who is doing it. The lack of consistency, the lack of integrity, truthfulness, and honesty on the part of our people. That's why all the politicians taking them for a ride.
Yep.
Steve, Melbourne, and Lawrence, let me tell you guys, we don't get politicians in Liberia. We got so corrupt people. Let me say it again. So corrupt people, especially those that are leading us right now. Nobody in it for Liberia. It's all about themselves, their family, and their close relative. Whether it's Fonati Kufa, whether it's Sir Joseph, whether it is Nyomli Kanga Lawrence, Jeremiah Kuhn, whether it's George Weah, everybody fighting for themselves right now. And everybody fighting for relevant. But I can tell you, we're not going anywhere as a country. I'm sorry to say. Because you can only go somewhere if you have people leading you, seeking your welfare, that care about you, that care about the well-being of the country. But you have a bunch of corrupt-minded people who sees nothing beyond their personal interest. And they believe, which is justified by our people on a daily basis, they believe that the Liberian people are a bunch of stupid people. They can use them anyway and anyhow, at any time, at will. You have very few people that can really reason out and even see themselves as human beings with common sense, with some right, with fundamental right to say, you know what, this is not who we are. This is not what we deserve. We deserve better than this. It's not like that. You either be a sycophant for one or the other. Very few people that are in the middle. You either be a praise singer for somebody or the other person. And in order for you to be considered as a bona fide member of CDC or Unity Party, you must be a praise singer. Other than that, you are not qualified to be Unity Party or CDC. Intelligent people are not welcome. Only sycophants and clowns who bang on insulting anybody, attacking anybody who dare to call out their leaders. So whether it's Fonate Kofa, Jeremiah Kun, all the other people that have been called, and like I said, we don't know yet what committees we do, but Liberia will have a long way to go. I don't think the person that will be elected in 2027, I mean 2029, I don't think that person can even change Liberia. I don't know who. I will stop there for now.
Well, let's pivot quickly to more. We'll continue with that conversation, because I think if we say, I agree with you that they might not be able to change everything, but we can't also leave the country in the hands of these criminals and these hyenas.
But you don't know who's going to win. Maybe one of the hyenas is going to win again.
Well, that is if people sit on their fans and not start to work now and not start doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, but who's going to change it?
There are a lot of different options out there, Mr. Kane.
Okay.
We can't just give up on the Liberian people, because yes, we have a bunch of bad actors currently. And I agree with you. I'm not disputing that fact. But let me ask you quickly before we go to the line.
Monk say what? It didn't
Yes,
say.
yes, I did. But I resend it right now.
More, you're not late here. You can stay calm if you want to come, because the conversation is still ongoing. I don't know if you can take some calls in Liberia.
Yeah, but before we take some calling, I want to discuss this one because, I mean, I know I've been in and out, and we spent a lot of time on before you could even come on, you know. But I wanted to go through this really quick. What do you make of Senator Dylon's overdue appearance, disrespecting the Senate pro tem? That's how I term it. After she has spoken, she should be the last person to speak. But his abrupt coming out today and some of the things he said. What do you make of it? Quickly, let's try to summarize this so we can get to the lines. What do you say, you?
Man, there's nothing like a disrespect between Dylon and Nyamli. Dylon controls Nyamli. Dylon owns Nyamli. Simply, to put it simply, Nyamli look up to Dylon for direction. So whatever Dylon does, whatever Dylon says, Nyamli says. So there's nothing like a disrespect. The only thing we somehow pointed to that part was because she wanted to sharpen the contradiction. Because if Nyamli speaking, if Dylon speaking and Nyamli speaking right there, Nyamli said nobody else. She speak on behalf of the Senate. She is the official spokesperson. But Dylon did. And whatever Dylon says will be the voice of the Senate. You're not going to hear anything. You're not hear anything contrary from Nyamli. You're not going to hear that. But one thing I just wanted to highlight is that Dylon lied. He was very boastful. He was very arrogant. He was very contradictory in his, statement. Look at the mathematics Dylon was doing. It was very shameful. Dylon implies as if they work every day. Dylon want to justify. The shameless nature of his statement today. He talked about the money. And somebody said they took 700,000. Okay. He thought he was smart. He said, we took the money. Or he didn't even say emphatically they took the money. You know what he said? Now for the retreat. He emphasized on the fact that 50,000 was for the retreat, was budgeted for the retreat. But all the other money that came or that they took during that period, in fact, they received the money right there at the retreat. The man who is the chairman for the Ways and Means Committee told you that they spent $8,000 to transport the money from Monserrado to Grand Basso. And then you say the money was not for the retreat. Why you share the money at the retreat then? And beyond that, the $3,000 that we were told that was issued to them was given to them. That was not part of the $50,000. How come Dylon is not talking about that? That was confirmed to us by senators. So he also made it very clear that Amara Kone lied. That's what Dylon said. And he challenged Amara Kone to show the money that he received and the money that he returned. So, I've always told you, Steve, we were one of the people that actually supported Dylon. If Dylon got any recognition in the diaspora and in many Liberian cycles, it was done by us, SKTV. We hosted Dylon more than any other platform. We promoted Dylon. We campaigned for Dylon. But Dylon, in return, became.
So that you people that brought it on us.
We did it.
Thank you. Good.
And
so that means now you have your own side of support.
I don't run away from my responsibility.
I like you. Actually, I like you for that. And that's just been fair enough.
We brought Dylon on the Liberian people.
Good.
And that's why we never got tired of holding him accountable. Even in our disagreement, we stay friends. I told you guys right after the election, Dylon was the first person to call me. He started laughing. I said, what happened? He said, I just called you to laugh at you. I said, why? He said, because I just want to laugh at you. And then I said, laugh. And then he laughed enough, and then we started having a conversation. But not because I know you, not because I supported you, not because we're friends, that I should sweep your ugly behavior under the carpet. Dylon is an ingrate, Dylon is temperamental, and Dylon is a liar.
Thank you, Mr. Kane.
And I regret, supporting him before knowing all of those things. But again, if the situation is to repeat, especially the manner in which George Weah was governing, and the candidates that ran against Dylon, whether it's the Polita Wade or Thomas Fowler, I think I would have taken the same decision. Because
quickly, Steve, I want to ask a second, in 30 seconds. So if let's assume that maybe your support and everything, and Senator Dylon was president, what would be one of your regrets?
President for what? For Liberia? Well, I don't know about that. So the man not going to be president. So I don't want to make any.
So quickly, let's welcome Monk. Monk, what is your reaction? Based on, I don't know if you follow Senator Dylon today. What is your reaction? How do you feel and what's going on before we head on to the lines here?
I share the same sentiment with Sekou. Dylon is the direct representation of the diaspora. I have never seen the diaspora support any candidate like they did beyond Dylon, in terms of the financial support, in terms of the moral support. But I keep telling people in politics, your job is not to regret whether the person you pick performed their duty. Your job was to make a choice at the given point in time. If you put Dylon and Thomas Fowler again on the ballot tomorrow, I will still pick Dylon. Because sometimes when you are looking for the best, when you cannot get the best, you always go for the lesser of two evils. It was the very same reason we ended up with Joseph Boakai when the election went into round number 2. Many people are not big fans of Joseph Nyiman Boakai, but taking into consideration how Georgia was governing, it was a very easy choice to make between George Weah and Joseph Boakai. It's the same thing you got with Dylon. The only thing the diaspora can do is to right that wrong. We are not going to regret for putting our support beyond Dylon. It was his choice to go and implement the people's will or push their agenda, and instead he chose to do the opposite. So that politics, the thing about politics is like you are rolling the dice. There is no crystal ball to tell about the future. The only reason you make decisions because you are hoping that someone will go there and do better than the guy that is already there. And Sekou said it right. So I don't think I need to even reiterate Dylon. I don't know whether he wanted to be the communications director for Nyombi Kanga. I don't know the political strategy or the political incentive, because I don't know about a person that will keep lying even when there is no reason to lie. The budget is aftermath. We got line by line. Are you going to come on national radio on 4 different networks simultaneously carrying your podcast, and you are there defending a lie that you're almost like, look, you cannot defend the indefensible. How can you lie about something that is documented that even the average person can go and check for themselves on the budget? Within the budget, a particular line item, a particular page within the budget when the numbers are there. But you know what? That's Liberia for you. And like I said, Sekou said everything. I don't have to reiterate, but we share similar sentiment on Dylon. The diaspora, I know.
The chairman is calling me, but I I have somebody on the line, Steve, earlier. The person being on hold for like 8 minutes. I don't even know who that person is. And then the chairman Yato is on the line too. Can we take those 2 calls before? I don't think we can take calls right now until maybe Lawrence can do it later. Let's take these 2 calls and see what's going on, okay? Because the chairman wanted to, I don't know, chairman Yato want to chime in on also.
Yeah. Let's take the both calls, please.
Okay, thank you. So this question, 612 number, last 4 digit 9760.
Hello, Sekou.
Hey, who's this? What is your name and where are you calling from?
This is Yellow Mambo. How are you, Sekou?
Yellow Mambo, how you doing, my friend?
How you guys doing?
We're doing great.
I want to thank you again for the platform. You've been very, very, very steadfast by information. You bring democratic things and principles to the people. I admire show a lot, Sekou and Bullet. I think Liberian people made a lot of mistakes because they will continue to make the mistake on a daily basis. Liberia had the first star. Making Ellis coming the president for Liberia. But we jump over the city. Sekou, Liberia will always be a corruptible country. You look at Joe, what he's making president for Liberia, he had the numbers between he and George Weah. We anticipated a good between Walker and George Weah was Joseph Walker. But he was not a solution for Liberia. And we made him president. Look at the situation in the country today. Look at the Mexico, Russia, look at the state resources, Sekou. Is this something we look for? People go to Russia and go in impunity. Look at Yomli Kanga Dylon, who was alive. Let's Sekou, we need to reset for this government. That's what you said, go back to the government. They have no understanding of governance.
Thank you.
See the government structure. Corruption everywhere. Intimidation everywhere. People are dying in the country. What is the difference between the government and George Weah? It's a similarity. There's no difference. We need a government that will transform Liberia. And we told people Elliston was a condition to between Liberia and treat our country.
Thank you, sir.
Here we are today. Look at school. Look at school today. School has become lamentably regrettable. Look at school today. It seems that the government is corrupt, but still they support Joseph Walker. How can you support the head and say the bottom is rotten?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
My brother, thank you. Thank you so much.
Ensure that hypocrisy. We need change and transformation now to do that. We need relevant stakeholders. Joseph Walker is not a president for Liberia.
Yeah, I think before I let you go, we're having conversation around the country, around the diaspora and the United States and also other part of the world where diaspora Liberian, we have to put our foot on the ground. We got to really stand up. We got to organize and take serious action as to the direction of our country. But yes, indeed, we'll be making some announcement later on, not today, but so that other people can actually, be a part of this, broader conversation wherein we can seek the direction for our country, and it's not going to come from anywhere except from us.
Sir, you guys should give me the information. I will do my writing on that. We'll try to put and make it bigger.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, you're live.
Good afternoon, and I just want to chime in a little bit. And Mongo was saying it, and he said it right. Sometimes when you make decisions in life to support people out of the goodness of your heart, I'm very proud that we, as Diaspora Liberians, for the first time, created a candidate out of bad choices. Okay, the people of Liberia have said in 2019 that they were fed up with George Weah. We had to step forth to put forth a candidate. What I'm regretting is that we didn't choose that candidate. He chose us.
Yeah,
and that is what we need to be mindful of as we go into 2029. Who among us that have a track record? Look, Dylon is not doing anything that he has not done in the past. If you look at Dylon's record from the limited party days of 2005 all the way, he's not doing something just really different. And that is a mistake that, and when people ask me, you supported, I say, yes, I supported Dylon. George Weah, the people rejected outright. The people said that George Weah was a bad leader. There's something I was just studying back on the history of George Weah. Nothing George Weah participated in, he succeeded except playing football on the pitch. George Weah was never a successful coach. He was never a successful businessman. He was a terrible senator, and he was gifted the presidency. After 6 years, the only thing George Weah can show is that I built 3 parks that somebody gifted to him. So we are now going to 2029, Sekou, and we can't make the same mistakes. We can't be angry. You can't support somebody because you're angry with somebody else.
Yeah.
You got to support you because you love them and you believe that they can do the job. Everyone knew from the beginning that Joseph Boakai could not do the job. Look at President Boakai's history of governance in Liberia. From LPMC, LPRC, to the Agricultural Ministry and the Vice President's office. Do you know, and for you guys, every corrupt act in Liberia he's participating in because he's been part of the system. In 2017, look at the budget for 2017, a balloon. Joseph Boakai had over $700,000 in special projects in 2017. Every election year, they've always beefed up the budget. Last year, Dylon approved a budget that went up by almost 15-20%. Benefits for the senators, he didn't oppose to it. But Dylon, my advice to you is simple. Sometimes you can't just defend people to your own detriment. Do you know that the picture that was taken in the plane where Dylon said it was because nobody Kanga was there? She took the picture too. She took that picture. It did not find the need to defend somebody that should be defending herself.
Yeah, and the person came out publicly and said that nobody should defend me or defend the Senate. I am the official spokesperson. But you are there. And it was even they spent majority of the time defending Youngbli's budget.
And the budget, oh man, let me tell you something else. Look at her salary by itself. $254,000 United States dollars. That's almost as equal as the president of the United States of America that have over $3 trillion in budget. They don't want to tell me that Nyobi Kanga cannot buy gasoline for herself on the weekends because she doesn't work 24/7. So we pay her when she travels. Do you know she gets over $3,000 in domestic travel? Where does she travel besides going to Buchanan? Does she give that money back if she doesn't go to other countries? Now you come to find out that this approved budget, she has almost $80-some more thousand if you put the fuel for her generator and you put the fuel for her cars combined.
And to our point, Dylon was counting 3 different vehicles. The vehicle she's in, security, and I mean, are we responsible for that?
What? That's according to Dylon. Dylon, you keep the change Liberia. Liberia has a limited income of less than $800 million. That should be going to school and agriculture alone. Do you know if you just reduce that salary that Dylon gets from so if you look at the actual salary, so the way to know how much you actually earn, take the elected portion of the Senate and divide it by 29 persons, and you will see it roughly about $9,300 in salaries. Then when they take the taxes off, they get a little over $8,000. Then you start adding all of the bonuses there, and then you look close to $15,000. Why should we pay you for committees? The thing is, look, we will lose again if we don't select a candidate that we can support. Don't let anybody fool you. The diaspora has always been the place that was used as an impetus for change in Liberia. Without the diaspora, we won't have a change in Liberia today. If you look in 1974, when the folks in the diaspora, led by Marcus Matthews and other folks that came up and said, we want change in Liberia, they brought about a change. The dual citizenship bill we just passed, if we had left it up to the folks in Monrovia, it would have passed.
But what I'm saying to you is that we need to do a referendum come 2027, 2028, that we can get 10,000 from each county to reduce the presidency from 6 to 4 years, reduce the House of Representatives from 6 to 4 years, and the Senate from 9 to 5 years. That is a very easy feat because that referendum backed by over 150,000 voters or just citizens. You can put it on the ballot, and it'll be forced to be put on the ballot, and we can promote that and change it. I think when you give somebody 9 years, it's just too long. That's the longest term in all of Africa and the world as a whole.
Yeah.
9 years.
It's nowhere in the world.
That's the longest term in the world. Nowhere in the world has senator sits for 9 consecutive years. The 18.
All right, Chairman, thank you so much. Steve, want to come in or you want to ask him?
No, I wanted to make a comment while we're still on the radio.
Yeah, the chairman left already. So go ahead and make your comment, Steve.
First of all, I want to disagree with you, Monk, on the fact that if elections were held again with Senator Dylon, you guys will support him. I want to disagree with that. You have your rights, but I would disagree that I would never support Dylon, even if he went against the devil, because he himself is part of the devil group, devil. The reason I'm saying this is because in politics, abstinence is also part of politics. You can abstain from a process because the two options that are provided you are not good. Dylon has turned out to be, if not worse than Thomas Fala, but similar to Thomas Fala. So there is in no way, shape, or form I will condemn Thomas Fala and I support Dylon. Dylon is a deceitful. At least Thomas Fala, maybe they can be grateful to some extent to people who support them. If you really look into it for true. Dylon has turned around to be an ingrate and a dangerous man to himself, to his own future, and to the republic. The people who support you, you honor man, disrespect them. Nobody should support Dylon if you're serious about anything that change. So if I will condemn Thomas Fala, I will condemn Dylon. I would never support him.
Let me just clarify.
Abstinence is in politics, but let me finish my point. If I cannot beg you. So
no, you are continue. I don't want to make a point.
Yes.
When we say if the situation present itself again, you are looking at it from an individual standpoint. But what I was looking at, assuming that George Weah, assuming that Thomas Fala is corrupt, Dylon is corrupt. But then Thomas Fala party is the one in leadership. They are the one driving the narrative. They are the one that in control of the money resources of the country. So in electing somebody corrupt, will you be enabling the government in power to do more corruption? They will only be singing kumbaya to the government in power. But if you have two people, both of them are corrupt, one is with the ruling establishment and the other one is outside of the establishment, you are better, a little bit safer with the one outside than the one who's going to be singing kumbaya to everything that the government will bring. So government could be bad, but if you infuse this idea of the lesser evil, definitely you will go with one versus the other.
No, Mr. Kana, I agree. Your logic you're providing, no disrespect to it. It might sound logical and critical to go around. But the truth of the matter is, you also have option to not be bind to two bad things. They're not forced. You will not die if you don't support either of them.
What do you have? So you rather let them.
I rather leave two of them. I rather leave two of them.
In politics, now voting is voting for somebody.
That's fine. Let it be now voting is voting for somebody.
Yeah, abstinent means you are going for the president.
No, but here's the thing. If you knowingly go and say you want lesser or two evil, you are evil. You support that evil are evil. Let's stop making it now for
so that mean for me, quickly, Steve. See that mean for me, I support you 100% because you know why? Even
and seriously,
Steve,
then we'll vote for one half
Steve,
evil and then say, oh, no. But that's
so Steve,
I want to end.
So Steve, so yes, it right. So let's look at two of them impact. Let's just say okay, two of them they are all corrupt, but then look at their impact. Then that means even when I say, well, yes, Steve, I start with you. That means I will prefer maybe Thomas Fala over Dylon Dillon.
I prefer Thomas Fala. I prefer Dylon Dillon. But let me finish my thought.
If you go with the two of them impact,
please let me finish my thought.
Thomas Fala destroy Liberian more than Dylon.
Let me finish my thought.
Thomas more than Dylon. Thomas Fala was the gateway to corruption. In fact, the deal with the Bulgarian company, the $3.5 million, Thomas Fala was at the forefront. Every corruption, every transaction from the executive to the House of Representatives came through Thomas Fala and Jeremiah Kum. They stole more from the Liberian. They destroyed Liberia. The 285 million that people are talking about right now came through people like Thomas Fala. Dylon is a beneficiary. Dylon was a fake light. Dylon was a pretender. But Thomas Fala were the one that involved in the direct act, and Dylon then were beneficiaries. So who has greater impact?
So Mr. Kanemi, and my thought.
They're all bad, but Thomas Fala cannot be at equilibrium with Dylon. Thomas Fala is washed. Dylon is just a liar and angry.
Mr. Kanemi,
and he benefited from corruption too.
Mr. Kanemi.
Yeah, when you're done, I will chime you a little bit on that.
And my thought, I'm begging you. So you guys can chime me, and then we take a few calls and we'll close. Let me end my thought, please.
Okay, right.
You see, the reason why when we got to the second round, some of us could not support anybody is because the two options that were provided to us were bad. Simple. And most Liberians, even reflecting on the votes, decided not to participate because the options were bad. It's okay sometimes to abstain. I wish I had abstained and not supported either candidate, but I didn't know Dylon. But knowing why I know, there is in no way, shape, or form I can support Dylon. If I was sleeping and I'm standing and I see myself supporting Darius Dylon, I will wake up from sleep and having a bad dream. I will. But that's aside the point. Let me get to something that's critical. Darius Dylon exonerated SKTV and proved us right today. And so I'm not critical of the things he said this morning. Normally, I would be critical. But the fact that he sided with us and proved us right is a sign that we're doing something great. Darius Dylon told us that most of the decisions that Joseph Boakai makes, they influence it.
Yeah.
Go listen to him. Most of the decisions that Darius, he won't take the wrong one. He won't take credit for the wrong one, but he won't take credit for the good ones. But even if he's taking credit for the good one, that tells you that Joseph Boakai don't know what's going on. That means the country is run by Darius Dylon, John Blinken Lawrence, and other people in the Senate, like we have said here. That's what Darius Dylon said this morning. It is a truth. That's what he said. He never lied about that part. Another thing Senator Darius Dylon did this morning that I think is very important for the Liberian people to know, in his criminal mind, a dubious mind, he says something that makes him a dangerous person. And I want everybody to pay attention to it. The last question that the journalists asked him before they went for the news break. You know, people joking around and laughing. I understand that he didn't get the math right and so forth. But the last question that the journalist asked him, and he said something before he answered that question. He said, this is a critical, I'm paraphrasing, this is a critical or how difficult question. And he said, you were keeping them for the last. But this is how Dylon answered the question. Because they asked him, what if you find out And based on the way Senator Darius Dylon answered that question, I am fully convinced that Darius Dylon and they are aware of the deal of that machine. Let me tell you how we came to that conclusion. Let me tell you how we deduce that. The journalist asked him, what if President Joseph Yuma Boakai brings in the machine without you guys' consent, and by law and constitutionally, you're supposed to be aware and approve it? What if the machine comes in and is already out there? You know how Dylon answered that question? He will ask the Liberian people what they want to do about the machine, whether they should return it or not. You know what that tells me? That tells me that Darius Dylon is neglecting his function as a lawmaker, because you are the direct representation of the people. Joseph Boakai go and get machines and bring it to the country. They are refusing to identify with those machines. The machines are there. The Minister of Information told us that the machines are there. They're not, they say, all that you're talking about rumor. They're not rumor. The machines are there. In fact, Dylon celebrated that machine jokingly. Dylon celebrated the machine jokingly. Go check on your pages. But the play the danger is, instead of saying we will hold the government accountable or we'll take this step or that step, he didn't say it. He said he will come back to the people and ask the Liberian people, because initially he had laid the basis that the machine, it will be good, it will benefit the Liberian people. So even if it's a stealing thing, it's a corruption.
Still to a point. You remember here when SKTV reported that the machine deal, that not all of the senators were aware. We told you guys that the rescue senator were aware of it. You remember that we said that on the show?
Yes, most definitely.
Okay, that's exactly what you
They are aware.
Yeah.
Dylon is aware. He knows about this. You can't tell me.
And the money, the money that they got.
South Korea. You can't tell me they sat on a plane for 30 hours to South Korea, and that machine noise never came out of that conversation.
Now when they die, now the noise, even the money that they receive from that corrupt company, the money company that is bringing the machine, the money that they brought in, all the rescue senators and get their share. Just so you know. So you're right, 100%. I don't know. Mo wanted to chip in.
Yeah, the point I wanted to make, and I'll stop there.
Yeah. Mo?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening to the conversation, and I think you're right on the yellow machine. The thing about the yellow machine story is, like, they knew exactly what they were doing. It's a criminal deal. They know that, but they understand the country they are dealing with, that once those machines appear, even if it came from the devil, people will say, you know what? The machines are already here. So they will not look at the deal itself or how much they would tend to benefit from those stolen machines. So they knew exactly. Look, we are dealing. The only difference between Unity Party, I keep saying it, and CDC is you got one sophisticated group of criminals with more experience than another. Dylon knew exactly what they are doing. I mean, what they were doing with those machines. Now that the machine is in the country, they will do anything and everything. That's why when you look at even the budget that was allocated for those machines in the name of an estimate, you cannot estimate between 40 to 60 million. That's one. 20 million is half of 40 million. I mean, when you give an estimate, you can say 1 to 5 or 1 to 3. You cannot say 1 to 20. So they will do anything and everything possible, even with the expectation that some of those lawmakers that are opposed will accept that deal, because there will be enough money to go around. Because if you estimating Seku between 40 to 60 million for those machines, and let's assume if you just allocate $5 million to share between those lawmakers, you think they are going to refuse it? None of the machines are in the country. I doubt it. Too many of them will refuse it. So they know at the end of the day, they will rip another $20 million in bonus from the Liberian people. So Dylon then took a calculated bet. We from a country that people don't pay attention. They got a short-term memory. They are dumb people. So once those machines enter in Liberia, they could care less about how the accusation was made. They will be more interested in the fact that machines are in Liberia and we need machines.
Yes.
So that
is the case they want to make.
And more to your point, you know, the irony about the whole thing when Dylon is speaking, he can be so dismissive, so disrespectful, and insulting to the Liberian people. He will question the people's ability to analyze. He will question the people's ability to understand. He will question their education level. You are involved in corruption. You are involved in stealing from the people. Now, to justify your ill will, you will come and insult them over that, and then people stay there and stay praising for you and defend you.
What but they may also say part of the
yeah.
They may also say part of the constituency visit that they do is for them to call the public works minister in the Senate to have a hearing about a breach. That's part of the constituency visit, so they need to get the 10,000 that they got. What kind of foolishness is that? When we talk, people say, "Oh,
no, it was foolishness because in fact, there are some things that he said that happened at that retreat. Those are things that should have been done at the Capitol building. It doesn't require a retreat.
Yes.
For those things to be done. You know, I listened to a part, I didn't listen to the whole thing to the end, even the calls, I was not there that time. But honestly speaking, this is not just Dylon. Many of the politicians in Liberia, they don't take the Liberian people seriously. The same way Dylon can express his feeling, that's exactly what he believes. And that's the belief of many of them. They think the people have very low thinking faculty. They are not analytical. They don't read with understanding. And they don't actually capture, key points when you speak. You think a lot of people can just go for the cosmetic aspect of it. You will kind of make things fine, to make things to look good. You will be hearing, you'll be speaking, you'll be inserting some, vocabulary, to confuse, the electorates, like for people to think that, okay, this guy is making sense. But deep down, every statement from Dylon undermines the next statement.
Yep.
Every statement from him undermines
100%.
Or the last one. So so if you pay attention, it's easy. But I was listening and I was kind of like scratching my head. The journalists that were asking the questions, they're letting off the hook in so many areas. But again, that's Liberia. Because
I thought so too, that they could have pushing for.
And let me tell you something. That station, first of all, the normally Kanwa station.
Yeah.
That station, Dylon is the one that controls the station. Dylon is the one that is responsible to manage that station. So what do you oppose? Normally, late husband used to own the station. D15. Adolf Lawrence station. When Adolf passed, normally took the responsibility and gave it to Dylon to manage the station. But when he's seen there, I will pay the airtime, I will stay here, he ain't paying your jack. He's just being corrupt-minded, lying, pretending like as if to say he's doing anything extraordinary for the Liberian people. No, it was all meant for him to go and defend himself, and defend the corruption that happened in Grand Bassa County, at their own radio station.
Yeah.
Acting like he did something for the Liberian people. Yeah, man.
That's why he picked a friendly territory. But you know another thing he did? Another thing that was very interesting, Mr. Kane? Another thing that Dylon did was, and you've always said it here, that Stanton got all of them by the balls.
No, he can't trust Stanton.
He attacked Martin when they asked him for 3 different people. They asked him about Yeke, Martin, and Stanton. He refused to attack Stanton. He always used the word other radio station there.
No, I didn't know do that.
Oh yeah, he did that. He not meant
Stanton was clear enough.
Yes, he not meant
enough. Let me tell you something. 3 people.
But I say he not meant.
Yeah, 3 people. They can never go against Stanton as long as Stanton is outside. Maybe when he goes to jail, they will. Joseph Boagai, Helen Costa, Dylon, they will never publicly rebuke Stanton with a spoon.
No.
They can never do it. And if when Stanton said Dylon is not going anywhere, Yombly is not going anywhere, anything Stanton says, they can never rebuke Stanton publicly.
And we want to report.
And we are aware of the fact that not only that Stanton sponsored Dylon's campaign, we know how much.
Yeah.
We're also aware of the fact that how much he gave Dylon to give to Nyomli. And we're also aware of the fact that when Nyomli came here, when Stanton then met her, we're also aware of the fact that what Stanton telling people and what Stanton gave to Nyomli.
Yeah. And it's, Mr. Kane,
Stanton also openly said on his radio that he was actually giving $3,000 to Joseph Boakai a month, even after being convicted.
Yeah, but Mr. Kane, even with the Nyomli in business, with the Dylon in business, they're on recording.
Yeah, you recorded all of them.
They're on recording. Let them talk. Stanton will release the video.
No, they get talk.
And audio, they are taking money from Stanton and begging Stanton. They are.
Especially
so at the end of the day, they sold their birthright to Stanton. They knew that Stanton was in dubious deal. All of them staking there sold their birthright. That's why they get men up to say anything. That's why you ain't talking about, oh, Martin Kelly, you
That's the reason why Steve Joseph Boakai can make decisions that will go, without Stanton approval, because he's scared. Stanton got him by his balls. Joseph Boakai himself is glaring.
Yeah.
Even the Airbnb that Stanton took for them, he recorded everything.
Yeah.
The point you guys just made about Dylon picking friendly territory, that's why I keep telling the audience here. At the end of the day, it will be up to the diaspora, and Chairman Yato said it well. And the whole idea that you want to transform a society that people overseas and other people, people on the other side of the aisle, they are so mad, they want to see something happen in that country. You need tools to get those things done. That's why I keep reminding our audience. I say, if you will have a change in 2029, I'm not saying that there are not other media outlets in Liberia, but SKTV will be the perfect platform to get that job done. Because, look, even in the Western world, people respect radio. Radio is very powerful. Radio sends message. The media is one of the most powerful institutions on the planet that are capable of brainwashing people in the hundreds of millions, up to 1 billion people every single day. If you cannot get that, why do you think Dylon will refuse to come here, but he can go to a media institution that seems friendly, that friendly turf for him? Because that's how the game is played. And Dylon is just a perfect example that even people that are on the fence, look, there is a reason that a huge portion of the electorate will always decide not to participate in politics. Look, the reason being, Sekou, there is no crystal ball for politics. You only assuming whether the president got the past experience or not. Everything you have done is still carry a higher risk. You are only assuming that the guy who I'm sending, he will do better than the guy that is there.
Yeah.
So if you look at the Dylon situation, Dylon is just the latest example why people will choose to sit home on election day, because you keep trying different group of people every day. The educated one you put in there, the one that are not so educated you put in there, the one who profess to have love for the country you put in there. If you keep getting the same result, despite the fact that you keep changing the players, one time number Liberian people,
it causes voter fatigue.
Voter fatigue. If you look at the history of the Senate in modern time, the Liberian people are never in the business of sending old senators. Maybe with the exception of Prince Johnson and Joel Howard Taylor, they always change them. But if you keep changing people after people, and the result cannot change, at a certain point in time, it will suck the energy out of you. And that is the reason we can go to an election more than 750,000 to close to 1 million people will say, you know what, we have no stake in this thing, because whether you change it or not, we will not get the result that we want. And that is a very tough thing to fight against. So I keep telling our folks here, before 2020, some of our politicians, they want to wait for 2029. Some of them just want to take the feet off the pedal and assume that, oh, you know what, we will just sit down. In as much as I support a theory like that, the fact of the matter is the Liberian people themselves, especially we in the diaspora, it got to start early. We got to play the proxy war before even politicians come to pick up the slack. We the one got to show to the people back that they know what, all is not lost.
Sure.
So Mong and Steve, what do you guys make of the fact that Dylon said that they pay the church $10,000 United States dollars just for service that day?
Who will believe that?
First of all, let's agree with Dylon on our one fact.
What I'm saying, why should a church be paid that much for what?
Yeah, but let's agree with Dylon on that. Let's agree with Dylon. Let's agree the church has the right to say that. But that's conflict of interest because the church is reportedly the church of Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence Pa in Homa.
Oh, the church that they pay?
Yes.
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 That's
the
people who had their. Oh, no, that one part, you hold on. The church.
The mom was there. She was leading the choir.
Yes. So it was all orchestrated and planned well and calculated, and they gave the 10,000 to them. That's a huge conflict of interest. That in a sense shows that there is a serious problem here. Wow. Like I said, Dylon spoke. Look, let me tell you something. In the quest for Dylon to come and quote clear the name and clear the water, whatever, Dylon confirmed a lot of things we said unknown to himself. Dylon lied. And let me say this to Senator Dylon because he's watching. I know you put up a challenge today. You wanted to know if the 40,000 car and so forth, and you deliberately try to fool yourself because you knew that was July 4th today, or you acted it was July 3rd. You think you're smart. You're not smart.
You know?
Yes, he said July 3rd today. He tried to make it look like 4th, but you knew that was July 4th. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that he said. He put a challenge out. We'll follow up, Senator Dylon. We're not confirming anything here that you put in request for the 40,000 car, or you got the money for the 40,000 car. But we'll take you on the challenge and we'll find out exactly what happened. Senator Dylon. We'll take you up on that challenge. You are watching.
What was the challenge?
The challenge is if he took or even apply for the $40,000 car that they're supposed to get. Because some people in the House of Representatives have alleged that rescue senators, all of them got a benefit, they got a car and the other extra thing, and they want to strangulate the House of Representatives. So Senator Dylon,
for this section.
For this term, yes. For this term. Senator Dylon said he did not take it. He did not even apply for it. If there is any proof that he applied for it or he took it, he will resign as senator. Or he
don't say will resign.
Well, he is called on the people of Muscle.
Yeah, but they always say I will resign. You can't resign. That's also.
Wait, now, the man resign. She a man. Maybe he wants she a power. Who knows? We'll take on the challenge. We'll take on the challenge. Dylon don't know us. He know we don't go behind
what The reason why I asked you what is the challenge, we can come up with the result by tomorrow morning.
Yeah, about Mr. Kennedy.
To know anything, we'll know it.
Now, what the show will be hot tomorrow, and our mom will be here with offering basket. We will give Dylon his result tomorrow. Ain't put challenge up. But less than 24 hours, the challenge came out, so we'll respond to him tomorrow on the show. Senator Dylon,
I don't know. SKT are not accusing of doing anything, but if you want us to find out, we can find out.
Yeah, we're helping. We're helping.
We're helping to let the public know what happened.
Yeah, we'll let the public know what's going on.
So the man, wait, Steve, because you gave me breaking news. The man threw an open challenge to SKTV.
The Metro, no, not to SKTV. The Metro, an open challenge to the general public.
Oh, right. I gave you the next 3 hour emergency show.
If it was going to be the I gave you
No, you don't get it, man. You don't get Dylon sleep at night because you know they don't want to sleep. You will be also passing around smoking all day. You will not sleep because the anxiety will get you out. So don't wait tomorrow. Senator Dylon, tomorrow we'll be on. We'll tell you exactly what they took the car now. And if you challenge it, we'll provide a proof. I tell level SKTV.
We don't want to them the 3,000 they took it, they never talk about.
But anyway, we get tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll discuss the issue now. Tomorrow we don't want to pick out the challenge. Tell us that when I get issue with you, we'll pick out the challenge. We'll pick it up. That one.
All right, gentlemen. I think we should. So
yeah.
Those of you that again, let me go back. Those of you who are stakeholders, people will not start making their contribution. Please do it as soon as possible. The sooner the better, so we can maintain our flow of information on all the radio stations in the entire country. Because let me tell you something is happening, Steve and Monk. I think Monk has talked about this over and over. But SKTV being on all the radio, especially in the entire country, is creating a lot of concern. A lot of concerns. Everything that is said on this platform The common people are paying attention to it, and they don't want that. So to keep that afloat, let's try, to continue supporting SKTV, to do whatever we can to make sure we inform our people. And then I'm going to go back to what I was saying. We are having conversations like minded Liberians that want to see a better Liberia around the globe, not only the United States. The conversation have started that we should not sit by supinely and do nothing and allow those criminals who are bang on treating us as second-class citizens, that we should have a say in terms of making decisions as to who to become our leaders, whether it's the presidency, senator, or any elected position. So let's try and be a part of this conversation. In fact, I have a lot of good things that comes with it, including having our own candidates, trusted people that could also be infused in the legislature, in the cabinet positions, that will seek not only the welfare of diaspora Liberians, but the entire country. And when we make them, they will respect not only us, but they will respect our decision. We have to be a part of it. If we want Liberia to change, we have to be the change that we want. We cannot change anything from outside. Don't worry, me, I'm not running to be anything. But I can make sure we can be anything. We have the necessary tools to work with. We just need more commitment and support system to back it up. I just wanted to add that, and that conversation is ongoing. It's about time that Liberian people stand up. Every change that happened in Liberia, for the most part, derived from the United States. Even the CDC was funded right before our eyes in Minnesota. I never participated. I was not part of it, but I knew exactly what was going on. I knew when they had the very first meeting. And I'm also aware of the ANC. I know what happened. I know how it happened. Yeah. I did not participate, but I know exactly what happened because I was there. I know who were involved. I'm aware when Desperation was arrested, when Joe was there, at the same time was a candidate for drugs. I know exactly what happened. I know some of the statements that were made that time. When Desperation was arrested for drug dealing, where Joe was there, also there with him. I know what happened. A lot of problems, a lot of good things for Liberia can start from right here. But this time around, we don't want problems. We want the good thing. We want to change Liberia. So be available to be part of these conversations. It's not only limited to Liberians in the United States, but
even back home,
all over the world, Australia, Europe, China, anywhere. So be available to be a part of this change that Liberia deserves. We'll come up with time and date. People are. In fact, I'm not the one that initiated it. I'm just telling you, I'm just a messenger. But have people, reputable people, credible people, people with proven record.
I don't follow funny people.
Making this discussion.
Yeah.
Experienced people, ageable, young people, young professionals, male and female alike. They are ready to move Liberia forward. And let me tell you something. We have the power. We have the resources. We have the education. we have the money.
If they think,
because those clowns that are controlling our economy, using our people for ride, enriching themselves at the detriment of the country, if they can do it, why not us? They will have everything within our arsenal to do it, to make it happen. You don't want to add that, Steve? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, if they think we're going to sit down, oh, let them, we care about that, bro. Let them just do the thing there, anything they want to do, that lie. That thing, that lie. That lie. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. And some of you who think this is a joke, watch. Like you can say, watch the process. The process has started.
and in fact, you know, somebody I talked to last night, I was expecting this person somehow back themselves as to how far they can go in terms of supporting that process. That person was telling me, that person was a communist supporter. That person telling me, no, Sebu, this is not about Mr. Commies. This is about Liberia. We are not going to box ourselves that it has to be this person or that person, but we have to produce the leader that will change Liberia.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be Alexander Commies.
That clown show is bro. That socket is getting that, bro. That clown show is over.
I say this thing is bigger than anybody else. It has nothing to do with commies. It has nothing to do with ANC. It has nothing to do with any particular political party for this point. It's about Liberia, and Liberians in the diaspora should be ready to make sure we change our country. To be a part and parcel of the change that Liberia deserves. Other than Liberia will never change. Mo, you want to say something before we go?
Well, I just want to say something, and that was a very salient point you raised, that this thing is not limited to an individual. The diaspora will put forces together, and in due time, the people themselves will choose the candidate they are trying to put forward for that change. So nobody should come here and believe that, oh, it's politics as usual. Some people want to push a particular party's agenda on an individual agenda. You see, Seku, if you do history all around the world, it was always the diaspora that came about with change. Whether it was in Japan, whether it was in Nigeria, whether it was in South Africa, everywhere the diaspora have always been the torchbearer for society. The reason I keep saying it on the show, because when people leave their comfort zone or their country of birth, they learn a lot. It's like you're in a bar and then someone put you in the ocean. Your way of thinking, your way of analyzing things, it changed forever. If you ask the average voter, how do you think the people who always sit on the sidelines for politics, who you think going to motivate them to come back into the game? It can only be the people from the diaspora. If you want to change a term limit in Liberia to reduce it from 9 years to 5 years for a senator, how you think you're going to achieve that? It can only be a referendum, and who's going to push that? Or diaspora. And you said it right. The diaspora, you got the tools and you got the resources, because election, it's about money. Look at the economic situation where the average person is looking for survival out there just for food. Who do you think going to carry the biggest share of the bread in terms of support? It can only be the diaspora. So if the diaspora carry this much weight, then how can you sit there and allow the thing to happen on your watch without taking full control of it? So at the end of the day, that's why I keep telling them, it's not only about the payment you make on Friday, it's about the consistency. It's about doing more than what you are doing repeatedly. Because at the end of the day, a consistency that will give you result. You would think that 2029 is so far, but I bet you we in the 7th month of the year, 5 months from now, we will be in 2025. Think about that. How many people perceive the idea that Georgia 6 years will have run out just like something, like 6 years came by so quickly that people cannot
just as it never happened. The only thing
like it never happened before.
The only impact we've seen it was a negative impact, but in terms of timeline, it
went by so quickly. So our people, you got one more stand to make, which is 2029, but we are not going to wait for 2029. You got to start now. And to the people in Liberia, the good people in Liberia, you are also part of this. So don't think that they get the diaspora fight. There's a collaboration. There's like people in the diaspora and people in the country as well to blend forces together so that you can change your country for the better. And the only way you can get that done, maybe the most effective way.
And then, Monk, to add to the point you just made, that is very, very selling point. The process will include voter education like this, one of the sisters just said, Felicia said, it will include voter education. It will include us going Liberia and be on the ground to talk to people face to face, door to door. We are not talking about funny business here. Because what happened? No government in Liberia can challenge diaspora Liberia. We can go there in group with heavy force and do whatever we want to do politically. Nobody can harm anybody.
No, for sure.
If anybody try to harm one person, that could be the end of that government. So nobody's going to be afraid to do anything.
Yeah.
So
for Liberia.
So, Mr. Kane, just before we go, during the WEAC-led administration, we told a couple of people when we studied the political landscape that time, we're not on the radio or involved with the Liberian party or talking behind closed door. We said there were a couple of people that left Liberia to come to the U.S. They were planted here, not only to distract, but to create some form of destabilization amongst the diaspora Liberians, because we were just welcoming the age of technology and social media and other things. And one of the person that was deliberately planted was Costa. We said that, we had a meeting, we discussed that. Let me say to you, the other talk show hosts there, if you take money for anyone to corrupt people for 2029, go give it back. We're not waiting for election time. We'll bring your story outside in the next few days. Go get the money back. Because we get your name. We know what's up. We know what time it is. We'll call your name. We'll point you out. We're not playing that foolish game. We're playing wasting our time. No, we're not going to do that. This time around, we are on it. We're on it. And once we identify you, we'll call your name in public. We will shame you. And we'll make sure we go after you as well, because you know what happened? Enough is enough. How you go take money from politicians back home? You come here to kind of create distrust, destabilization, and make all the Liberian people on the other side in the diaspora. Everybody might go fall in one line, whatever it is. We know your story. You're here on SKTV again. Go get the money back.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this, Chief.
It will get noisy and rough.
Before we go, let me say this. This is way bigger than any one person, and nobody can disrupt this process, because it is now put us on any political party or group of people. This is a broader approach comprising Liberians from all walks of life. And this is not a United States thing. This is not individual thing. We are now doing this thing to just give leverage to any particular politician or political party. No. That's why it has nothing to do with any political party. It has nothing to do with any political establishment. Process will get started. Everybody will be involved. Meetings and conferences will happen here in America, in Europe and Asia, and also in Liberia. This is not a joking matter.
Let it check.
So that whole thing there, somebody take money, that one, don't even if you do the petty things, those are nothing. Because what happens, Steve? People at the time, I don't want to call name, when they were saying as the one-eyed man in the lands of the blind, they were seen as people in control. We are not dealing with a bunch of blind people here. We are dealing with people, knowledgeable people, people with expertise in terms of security, in terms of finance, in terms of information technology, in terms of healthcare. We're talking about all walks of life here. Liberians are well equipped, Steve. Liberians are well equipped and powerful. The only problem is coming together and work for a united front. That's all we need. Once we are together, We can do anything, and no one person can stop us. At least not right now. And the time to do that is now, not even tomorrow.
Well, before we leave, Mr. Kana, quickly, just quick news. We'll continue from this tomorrow. Quick other news. I guess one of your men are going to say, won't be in politics, you won't come out to go. Tomorrow we'll bring in other news. And he said, the screws are tightening. Some of the rescue people that said, I won't be inside you. They're running away small.
Somebody want to be in World War II. How will we be in World War II? The politics, they're not war business. They want to hear that politics, nothing, strictly politics. And we're not going to actually, and SKTV not got nothing to do with, we're just messengers. We're just giving you some of the messages we are having. The conversation is ongoing, and hopefully, sooner or later, you will see, some information out there, and you will be at liberty to participate.
But there's no war.
Open those stuff, open process. So you're gonna be World War, and then you will be part of it.
But there's no World War II. World War II already happened.
No war coming. The war time finished. But any other person who say you in power, because you are in power now, you don't want to allow other Liberians to have the right to exercise their franchise. Then that means you the one want something. You want to attempt to harm anybody, then you'll be harming yourself, because you can't fight everybody. So that one, war building, forget about that one.
Yeah, folks,
nothing to scare us or to distract us from carrying on this process. But you even talking about this, I'm discouraged about you, sir, to even think like that. People talking about change, you talking about war.
Yeah, thank you, folks. We'll be back tomorrow.
I'll leave it there for today.
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, but tomorrow we'll start with other news. They rescued them running away.
Yeah,
they starting from the tree. They calling behind closed door and begging and say, gentlemen, inside there. Using fagon and slapping people before they can reach to all.
The good thing I've seen in the whole rescue thing is using fagon, using fagon continue tendency of slapping people. Anybody who try, he just slap you. Using fagon will soon go to that, send it there. They did a coin to go and report today with slap or plenty of them on it.
Oh yeah, Felicia, don't even worry, because part of the movement will be to ensure that no criminal senator then come here and can't do their fundraising and can't collect borrow.
When they start talking about all those things here.
Yeah, so that won't worry, but I won't say. I want to have that.
People, America is big. People can do anything they want to do, but
when they come this time around, we'll be clapping for them. We'll be booing them. Watch and see. Watch the process. Now, you're thinking you have a good day. Mr. Khan, you want me to leave with you?
You can close it to it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, me, I'll leave it with you.
Okay. So, Mom, Nayo, you want to say something before we go? All right. I think Mom is also done.
I think we're okay for the day. We'll cover ground. I came late. Steve sent me the link earlier, but I didn't notice it. So that's why I came late. I was waiting, but then when it came, I didn't see it. I didn't check my inbox, but then. But I think we did well for the day. That's it.
All right, then. We'll be here tomorrow. Yeah, we're having some issue today with our something. A lot of people got kicked out. Some people said they didn't even see the notification for some reason. But whatever the case is, it was a good show. All right, my people, yeah, thank you.